Yes, family. Greetings in the name of His and Her Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie the First, Empress Wazira Menin. Yes, family. One perfect balance. Welcome to Friday edition of Politically Incorrect, where we get it correct. And we always say doing our thing Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Of course, today is no exception. But today is a different kind of day for a lot of people across the world for a number of different reasons. Some celebrate the crucifixion on this day, and they have called it by a name, Good Friday. So, in keeping with tradition, which is interesting because, it is easy, and I thought about it before. It was easy when I was a little younger in this particular liberty to come out and drop all the information about why this and why that and what means this and what means that. And I've reached a point in my own journey where when I reflect back at when I used to go to church and it meant so much to me, even if I wasn't aware of what I'm aware of now, it had its own meaning. Whether people think that people are lost or people are where they are in their own journey. And life is about making it better than it is. We could debate all of this, but at the end of the day, there are people struggling and suffering with a number of different things outside of knowing certain things. I submit that if we can fix the root of the issue, all the other things will fall into place. And there's a verse in the Bible that says, "Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all this and everything else should be added." Well, I like that, and I think that knowing and understanding that the kingdom is within self, a man must know himself in order to make a difference in what goes on around him. Unless man knows himself, then nothing around man will change. I think that is always and should always be the focus. We could spend hours debating what we have in what our differences are. Maybe we should spend some time recognizing what we have in common. And having said that, I want to say, Shalom Shabbat to those who practice, this particular day, Shabbat Shalom. I know the brothers and sisters in the Islamic community also have their festival going on now, Ramadan, Assalamu Alaikum. Hotep, Ashe, my conscious community, Namaste for those who practice that different vibration, frequency. And without question, Rastafari to the brothers and sisters, brethren and sisterin. So we give thanks, man. All conscious people. Yeah. Someone was telling me, yeah, you gonna come on tonight, man, and drop the knowledge. The crucifixion and the 3 days and the meaning of the skull and the hill of the skull. Golgotha, and what it means. And I decided to go against that. I decided to go with a whole different energy, man. The king has one more move. And the reason why I brought that up, there's a painting by a artist. This is way back, a couple centuries ago. And the image, what I had up is the painting. I'll probably put it up a little later. And it shows a chess game being played. And it's a chess game between the devil and a young man, which is interesting because life by itself is considered to be like a chess game. Every move you make counts. And although it's not a game in the sense of game, it's a game where you must use strategy to come out and be victorious in this thing called life. So when you take this time now to go tell a friend and share this information, politically incorrect, we on live, tell a friend, we're going to go a different direction tonight. And for obvious reasons, you'll realize why when we get to that point. But until then, let me drop a tune real quick while you go and tell a friend, and y'all can imagine what kind of I won't even say thoughts I had, just trying to figure out like what tune I can drop though, like, I had a few tunes. There's a group called I guess y'all know there's a group that won the reggae award. I think a white group won the reggae album of the year or something like that. And we need to understand that the voting audience is what we gotta look at. It's not necessarily a culture or not a culture thing. It is who they're appealing to, because we the ones leading, we the ones, giving them the direction they should go in. So although I was tempted to play one of these songs. I'm definitely not going to play it. I won't play it because I'm not sure of the whole copyright thing. I'm not really certain, so I don't want to put it out there like that. But I want to play something else that usually gives a little inspiration. So I'm gonna drop this tune right quick. We should know what it is, man. It's the family, as always, man. I think this is important. Tell a friend to tell a friend, family. Politically Incorrect is on. Morgan Heritage, man. Never that. Sila, family. Sila.
Yes, sir. I tell you, few people can see it. Many are blind to it. A change is on the way. Things will no longer
change is on the way, family. Listen to this carefully.
Oh no. Hear me now. All eyes on America. People and places want to be just like America. And I can't understand why. When you have beautiful places like Dubai. Oh yeah. Lies and propaganda. They speak of Africa. I tried from Nairobi to Addis Ababa.
Addis Ababa.
Find the truth for myself.
Find the truth for yourself, family.
The world is more beautiful than you know. From Cape Town to Accra to Lagos. So much beauty my eyes behold.
Yeah.
So much is cool they have never told us. Like how much slaves died on Goree Island in Senegal. And how much never reached Caribbean islands.
Wow, how many died, family?
Than you know.
How many died, family?
To Africa for the gold
and diamonds.
Well, they make it seem like the land is just full of poverty and hungry belly. What a terrible conspiracy. No, it's a
Sila, family. Sila. Shout out to the Islamic community. Shout out to the Israelites, the Hebrew nation. Real thing, man. Rastafari. Haile Selassie the First. Sila.
I cried for Jamaica. It hurt my heart to see my people of Jamaica. Don't realize the reggae music is the savior.
Reggae music is the savior.
The knowledge of all for myself. Check the youth in a Gambia. If you never know, you would have been born and raised in a Jamaica too. Them love the culture, Rastafari culture. As well, yeah. Earth is the Lord's and fullness thereof.
God in man.
I have the right to live where I'm
Spirit of God that dwells within man.
No hate can keep me from anywhere in the world. No,
it's indeed a good Friday, family. It's indeed a great Friday. King has one more move. You're not blind to the truth, family. Tell a friend to tell a friend, man.
Was much simpler than they made it seem. Would you try this over Zion way? Yeah. See how they doing the things over there. And if you thought there's something to fear, just some time back when you was a little tad and they said don't do this, a child, don't do that, please. Maybe you said you do, maybe you said you don't, but then you figured it out, so life moved on. Yeah, to be the days of innocent fun. Now we're living with purpose in your kingdom. What's the problem? What you saying? What's the beef? Cause the future is determined today. Take it
Ever the end of an era. No more we are blind to the truth. No more. I am stronger than ever. General, we see ever the end of an era.
Yes, family.
We are blind to the truth. I am stronger than ever.
Peace and love to you, family. I see you. I see you, family. Yes. Peace and love, family. Peace and love, man. Peace and love, man. Let it play.
Yo, me love Peter, me love Grant, me love Morgan family. We love Morgan family, yeah man. We live Gambia, me dey upon the police side, you know, Morgan family.
Man city pan the galley side there in Gambia. Love Morgan heritage. Let me tell you something, man. I mean, there's so much we could say. I mean, so much. And we talk about Good Friday and the death of Christ on the cross, the Son of God, who, according to the story, would have paid the atonement, the price for man, having fallen from grace into sin, and was redeemed by the sacrifice that he made, bringing man back closer to his divine creator. And although the story has been told many times before, and most Christians know it, I want to paint it in a different light with a different brush. And as Africans, people who identify themselves as indigenous Africans, using that word, you know, for the sake of conversation, we find ourselves now at a point where the whole world seems to be changing. Everything seems to be happening. And everywhere you look, it seems that evil is prevalent and overpowering good. I mean, you hear about wars and rumors of war. I don't think there's a country right now you could pick anywhere in the world that is not having some degree of turmoil on some level, both in the physical, economically, spiritually, health-wise, I mean, military, political, it's all really just wrapped up into one. But there's so many things happening and going on that is difficult not to recognize one key element all across the board. Well, of course, there are different variations of the COVID situation and how it applies to some and maybe not others, and a lot of rhetoric regarding that and the vax versus the unvax, and the whole bunch of conspiracy theories going on, what they call conspiracy theories. And we could debate them all along. And I keep hearing people come out the blue with woodwork. Well, I suppose they come out the woodwork with different voice notes and videos and the whole 9 yards. All kind of speculation, some information, credible, mixing it together, I suppose. But I told someone up to this morning, I said, if COVID was to disappear right now, like if everything was to be exposed, how the governments were all in a conspiracy and they all work in cahoots to frame the whole world, to turn everybody into Luciferian children, according to some recent documentaries. The reality is this, though. African people, indigenous people, would still have to deal with the issues they were having before there was even a world crisis called COVID, a pandemic known as SARS-CoV-2. I don't remember seeing nobody out with no voice notes, no videos, advocating for the liberation and the redemption of the wrongs that were done and were still being done to indigenous people across the globe. I ain't see people going out their way making no documentaries and stuff to highlight this stuff, man. I ain't see it. And I've been doing this for a while. Shout out to all the freedom fighters, because it's like, this reminds me of the freedom fight movement back in the 50s and the 60s when there was a civil rights movement pushing for this stuff. And out the blue, you had this thing about feminists all of a sudden. So now the black woman who was by the side of the black man, her king man, and they were both pushing forward to make sure they can get what's rightfully theirs for themselves and their children and their children's children. All of a sudden now, they broke ranks. Now I want to be independent. I'm not rolling with you no more. I'm rolling with the feminists. So white women drafted black women mostly in today's struggle. And it derailed the movement of liberation for the indigenous and African people. It derailed it completely. And as time progressed, you see all kind of other groups came up and got their whole thing going. all kind of different colors came into the program, and they all got their thing going. And the reality, though, is that indigenous people, African people, we still have the same struggle on top of all the other struggles, still. But I declare that there's been a change, you know. Change is on its way. The brother said, change has arrived is really a noticeable thing. When a white group can be given the award for best reggae album, you know that change has arrived. It is us, family, who have been leading the way for quite some time, you know, as indigenous people. Rastafari preserving the heritage and the culture, reggae music. You got Christians that were taught by the, you know, parishioners and whatnot, reverends, whoever, that, you know, reggae music is like evil music or it's like devil music, when all it is your culture. It's your culture. It really is your expression of your culture. And like your brother said, it preserves certain aspects of it. Of course, there are people who take the energy and do other things with it. And that goes for any genre of music. But we're not here to debate that. We're here having a conversation about recognizing how we as a people have been going through so much for so long, and our redemption, you know, is at hand. You know, today is the day where you recognize the sacrifices that the Christ Yeshua Christos would have made for his people, recognizing that he paid the atonement. And it wasn't that they did anything to him, according to the story in the book of John, John chapter 10 to be exact, in the Helios Biblios, known as the Holy Bible. He said that I have authority and power that was given unto me by my Father. I have the authority and power that was given to me, not elected by the prime minister or the president or whoever else think they have power, but by the Almighty, given his divine child on earth power to lay down his life when he chooses to, if he chooses to, and to resurrect or pick it back up when he sees fit. You see, so having that knowledge, recognizing that the story as it is told has a lot of meaning, but we're going to take from that story and we're going to look at our life as a people, recognizing that we have always been the sacrifice for the world, whether it is the resources and the land that was given to us by the divine creator, where we dwell, where we were birthed, where we were created. I should use the word birth, quite frankly, where we entered this dimension, this realm. And up to today, they still go back and try to take resources in different forms. Any people right now, any nation right now that knows where they're going, knows exactly where to go to get what they need. We as a people, like spinning tot in mud. And here we are on Good Friday. The king has one more move. The painting I was telling you all about earlier is a painting that was done by, like I said, an artist back in the 17th century, 18th century, I think it was. And it depicts the devil and a young man, you know, going back and forth, having this chess game. And what's amazing about it is that the name of the painting is called Checkmate. And this painting is actually in the Louvre. If you go to a place, well, if you go to France, I think it's in Paris. I think it's in Paris. It's a place called the Louvre. It's a museum. And of course, maybe I should hang on a second. Let me so I can, well, I won't get this any larger, but it's a museum. Yeah, look, I put it here. It's a museum. It's called the Louvre. And this is one of the paintings in the Louvre done by a guy, one of those funny names, Frederic Auguste Mortis Ritz, something like that. But you can go look up Checkmate, the painting, and I'm sure it'll come up. But what the painting does, it shows you a game being played between the devil, who is supposed to be the devil, who they classify as the devil interestingly enough. And this particular young man. And the reason why they call checkmate, because in the game of chess, when the opponent declares checkmate, it means that you no longer have any moves left. The game is over. Your game is over. There's nothing less left for you to do but just knock over your king. It's a done deal. Well, and the story goes as in sometime in 1880 something, some folks were going through this particular place, and somebody who was allegedly a chess player, a renowned chess player, a world-class chess player, a grandmaster, let me use that term deliberately, chess player, happened to be going through this particular museum and came across the painting as a tour. And when they saw it, everybody looked at it, the tour guide was explaining, yes, and here we have the painting and da-da-da, the devil and young man, and he lost, the first rule in dealing with the devil is don't. And he took the chance and he lost. Well, the reality is most folks accepted that there's no more hope. Most folks accepted that nothing can be done. Most folks accepted that it is what it is. And as they moved on, one young man stayed back and looked at it. He happened to be a grandmaster chess player, and he watched it and he watched it and he stood there and he studied it. And as the tour went on, no one noticed that he wasn't even in the group anymore. He was fixed watching this particular painting. And then he declared that, wait a minute, the name has to change. He has to find out who painted this painting because it has to change. The name has to change. It is not checkmate. The king actually has one move left. He has one move left. One move. One move left. So, they're all like, well, nah, that's impossible. This has been here in the wall. It's the guy who did it. It's what it is. He's like, nah, I can prove it. So, he goes ahead and he sets up the pieces. He puts it together. And the other chess players who figure, well, they'll challenge him to it to see how it's possible, because no one can see this. No one saw it. No one saw it. And the game of chess is such, right? And I've had I play chess myself. I've not played chess in a little while. As a matter of fact, I used to pride myself in trying to play multiple people at the same time. Anyhow, that's another conversation. But chess is such a game that usually the people on the side, like in the painting, you see they have what the church would call an angel, someone in white with wings. You notice that. The person on the side normally sees more options than the people playing. If you look at the young man playing, you recognize that he's rubbing his head. He's thinking, oh man, this doesn't look too good. He looks like he's almost given up. Whereas the guy who they claim is the devil with a feather in his cap, using the black pieces as, they would have it no other way. Looks like he's, pondering and scheming and relishing in his victory or alleged victory. But this master chess player on the sideline decided that he recognized this is not the truth. He decided that he has to contact this person to let them know that this is not a checkmate. The king has one move less. And he go ahead and set it up. Other people come and they try. And he goes ahead and actually won the game. Time after time after time. Opponent who challenged him. He continually in that position won the game based on the king having one move left. One more move, man. Just one move. All he needed was one move. Just one move made the difference between giving up and accepting checkmate that wasn't checkmate versus studying and making one crucial move. And so the story goes that he made the move and he won the game. And so I said it to say, the church has used this story as well many times, reflecting, and God always has a plan, because regardless of what we think, quote unquote, the devil has planned, God always has a plan. And the reason I'm saying that, especially tonight again on Good Friday, because it's really a Good Friday. Someone asked me, how could it be a Good Friday when they kill a man? You know, that's crazy. But look at it holistically. As a people, like I said, if COVID disappeared tomorrow, we would still be faced with the challenges we had before COVID. As a matter of fact, the world is up in arms right now because apparently some secret cabal is trying to put Satan gene in people and turn them into, well, I suppose devils, baby devils or something. I don't know. But here's the thing. The amount of injustices I could think of that has happened to indigenous people for the last how many centuries that continue even today on many levels. There has never been a world outcry ever to bring that to halt. Except recently, before all this whole thing kicked off, there was a few things going on. They had the yellow jackets in Europe causing havoc in Europe, about to pull the entire system down and bring it to its knees. You had the Black Lives Matter movement. Okay, we could debate that on many levels. Nevertheless, it brought awareness all across the board, regardless of what their hidden agenda might have been or might have, I don't know. But yet, people were at the brink of imploding. The world was at a point where it could have gone any direction. Then walks in COVID. And COVID, like the new sheriff, arrested every train of thought. You had ISIS in the Middle East, doing all kind of damage. Matter of fact, ISIS was all even in the Caribbean. Al-Qaeda, you got all these different groups. But COVID came in and arrested everybody and took the #1 spot. Yet we still had our struggles. And we continue to have our struggles. The worst part is countries like in the Caribbean, ran by the Caribbean political class, are probably some of the most affected in the world by the COVID pandemic. We're not even talking the vaccine rollout or whatever else. Just the fact that the amount of jobs that were lost, people lost their businesses. Small businesses, families, the displacement, the mental issues, the trauma. And no help. Some countries gave relief in the form of a stimulus checks. Checks were given to people. Rents were paid. Some were suspended. Mortgages were suspended. Things were put on pause. They allowed the people to breathe. Not in the Caribbean. As a matter of fact, Barbados gave out, I think it was one food hamper sometime last year or year before. It's been so long, I don't even remember. As a matter of fact, it might have been the year before. I don't even remember, really. That might have been 2020 or 2021. I really don't even remember when they gave that out. All I know is that if they gave that food package as a means to help people, help them do what exactly? Again, we go through the motions. They go through the motions, and it looks as though people care, but they don't. And that's evident. You see all the different projects, all the different loans, all the different this and this and this and this. Now you're hearing about bills and COVID debt we got to pay off, and now they talk about job cuts, more people going home, and despite you got because you want to keep your job, or because you wanted to travel, or whatever other reason. The reality is none of it is true. I know people who travel weekly with can't even say it no more, right? They ain't got but they still traveling, no big deal. But yet you were convinced to do it. Be a part of something because of fear. And now there's a new improved variant that is more contagious. Although it's weaker than all the rest, which is funny. It's weaker, it won't kill you, but it's more contagious. Sounds like a common cold to me. Common cold. So now we gone from calling a common cold, to we give them new variant names under the title Corona, which is funny because the cold is a flu and the flu is Corona. But rather than tell the people this, we keep perpetuating this fear mechanism. But we don't recognize the sacrifices that we as a people have been put in over and over and over and over, again and again and again and again. We have been crucified countless times, family, countless times. And like the children of God, like Christ, who have the power to lay down and pick it up, we keep getting back up, family. We keep getting back up. Despite how many times they crucify us, we keep getting back up. So I want to share a message of hope today. A little different. I don't know if I sound like I'm preaching, but that's not my intention. I'm sharing a message of hope that the King has one more move, despite how it looks, family, with all the conspiracy, all the documentaries, all the long time Rasta drink the rainwater. It's funny now, the water all of a sudden. I'm tired, man. And I'm not tired telling you. I'm tired of the fact that people seem to think that ice from the white man is colder. Therein lies our only issue, family. Our only issue. It isn't that we don't know, you know. It isn't that we don't have the strength to even deal with it. What our issue is that we're not recognizing because we don't know who we are. That's all. Because if we understood that Christ, his only reason, according to the story, for coming on earth was to be the example for his people. He didn't come for everybody. He never said that. He said, come for mine. My brothers and sisters, join ears with me. I came for mine, to show them, to remind them of who they are. I came to remind them that they are divine beings who came on this planet, who came on this earth for a purpose. That's all. No one takes my life from me. I lay it down, I pick it up when I see fit. You kidding me? That divine power that dwells within us. Yeah. We don't want to have that conversation, though, because it's a bit disturbing. But it's the reality. Christ didn't come to save the world. That's not what he said. That's the doctrine that people say. That's not what he said. He never said that. Hence, he said, my sheep know my voice and they follow. Well, if the sheep know his voice and they follow him, the term my sheep, which would be ownership, those which belong to, implies that there are others that don't belong to. Hence, many shall say, Lord, Lord, in that day, and I'll tell them, depart from me. I don't know you. I don't know you. I don't recognize you. So let us not have this false idea that all is one, all in one, all in one. Take time, family, to know yourself. Know yourself. The greatest thing you could do right now over the next 3 days, according to the story, he died the Friday and resurrected the Sunday, the 3 days and 3 nights. Friday, Sunday, 3 days and 3 nights. Take that time to go into your own tomb. Right now it is sunset. And according to the story, because of custom, he wasn't allowed to stay on the cross, according to the story. So they had to take him down before the Sabbath and dress him, or what they would say, mummify him, wrap him in cloth and oils. Well, in order to mummify someone in our culture, you have to wrap them with cloth and oil. But that's not a conversation. So when they wrapped him in cloth and oil and placed him in the tomb, Take this time, family, to go into your own tomb. Take this time to reconnect with self. Take this time to discover your divine purpose. Take this time to seek ye first the kingdom. Because it's that time, family. You know, it's that time. Because there's a resurrection upon us. And it's a resurrection, not necessarily of the body that you see, but of the Spirit of God that dwells therein. And you must prepare yourself to deal with it consciously, otherwise it may consume you. Things are not the same. Look around you. Look around. Animals don't even act the same. Animals are functioning very different. You got rats chasing cats. You got cats running from rats. You got dogs chased by cats. Yeah. You got little birds chasing the biggest in the sky. Family, there's been a switch. They had their time. They had all the time they needed. They did everything they needed to do. And at this juncture, it is our time to resurrect in the spirit. Because there has been a shift. Don't let nobody convince you otherwise. Focus on getting to know yourself a little more. I'm sorry for not noticing the comments here more. I know there's a whole lot of them. See them. The tablet is here charging. I'm actually kind of operating in the dark here a bit. Greetings and salutations. I see you, family. Art in motion. Jacqueline, I see you. Lioness Love Child. Regina, good to see you. Good to see you. Isis. Our care package was received Sunday, March 28th, 2021. Yeah, it's been a while. That's I couldn't even remember that, man. Honestly speaking, I couldn't even remember because I never got. The funny thing is, they never even stopped at. You know what's funny, man? They never stopped at my place. I don't know why people just bypass me. I tell myself, some boy like to tell them something. Yeah, I don't. Not that I, someone else could do that. I probably wouldn't have used anything anyhow, But it probably did help a lot of families. But my thing is, why give out fish when you could teach fishing and help people get a fishing rod, maybe even a boat, and let them go and do their own fishing? You won't be handing out fish. See, anybody handing you fish all the time trying to control you. Let's keep that in mind. Rastafari, hail to all. I see you, priest. Alicia. Andrea, I see you too. Tony Rebel, the royal one, I see you. Wow, that's deep. I remember that, brother. It was this season in 1963. Jamaican Prime Minister Alexander Bustamante sent police and military to bring in all Rastas, dead or alive. You see this thing here now? A lot of people don't know that, my brother. Don't even talk about the Dread Act. We didn't even going to talk about the Dread Act in some of our other Caribbean islands. Always been fighting Rastafari, you know what I mean? And you know why? Because they think it's checkmate. They really think it's checkmate. The devil thinks it's checkmate when the king has one move left. That Stone the Builder refused, family. That Stone the Builder refused, family. Take this time, family, to get to know yourself. I mean, I can't even say it no more plain, man. They said they raided the tomb of King Tut. I mean, the thief is never smarter than the priest, man. Let them do what they do because their time has come and gone, man. It's a new day. Yeah, right now, a lot of people, what was hidden is being revealed. Even in terms of the calendar. Someone sent me a video recently that talked about Ethiopian calendar and how that, how the Gregorian calendar has sped things up, and they try to shift from the 13 months to the 12. I mean, again, this is stuff that Rasta been saying for however long. I mean, why you think they always want to fight Rastafari and then give you a false impression as what you should think Rastafari is? Haile Selassie the First is the power of the Trinity. I mean, that is known amongst people who know. The reason why we don't know, because they don't want to teach us that, which is funny, but they teach us everything else. Now they want to teach our children that it's okay to choose your gender. These are things they want to teach. They don't want to teach you about Rastafari and Haile Selassie the First, the power of the Trinity, Addis Ababa, God's holy seat and his holy mountains. You want to teach you that. But they'll teach you that, you could be a transgender. And that's not to point fingers at any group. That's just to show you the system promotes something, everything, except that one move. But the king has one move left. One move. Everything Rastafari been teaching for all these years about turmeric, cooking with turmeric back in the days, and people want to know why that rice look so yellow. The sister was reasoning and showing me, she had me laughing. Why the rice look so yellow? What you put in there? Now you can't even. The brother said he can't even get no turmeric if you get to the market late. Everybody want turmeric now. Saffron. Everybody want it now. The ginger. Everybody want it now. When Rasta drink the ginger, nah. Everybody want it now, huh? When Rasta the herb is the healing of the nation. Nah, I ain't smoking the dope. No, the white man can't get enough of it, trying to save himself, give himself some hope. What a terrible conspiracy, man. Sila. But this painting, though, family, checkmate, is one that we should really study and recognize that despite all that's going on around you, despite all that's happening in your family, with your children, your relationships, and right now, oh man, relationships is the biggest thing, because people are trying to redefine who they are, trying to get in touch with the energy, and it's consuming. That's why the Bible says you can't put new wine in old skins. You got to know yourself. You got to take time to know yourself, and get in tune with that. Everybody trying to get ahead like everybody else, man. Earth right now it just everything is happening now. Everything. It's all energy. Energy happening now. It's just energy manifesting in different forms happening right now. That's all it is. And when you start to get in tune with divine energy, and I say divine in that the connected with the higher source, polarity shifts. There's a balance. Polarity has to shift. And once it starts to shift, I ain't got to tell you. I like that one. Good night to you, General. Peace to the Moors, man. Islam. Brother said ginger cheaper than soda. Now don't think for a second that the increase in soda prices is really about your health. It had nothing to do with your health. Your health was, the amount of sugar that's in the Coke. If they were interested in your health, they wouldn't sell it more expensive. They wouldn't sell it at all. I'm just saying. You got to give people a free choice. Well, it should never have been a choice in the first place. Sugar is a Schedule I drug. It's a drug. They find a way to convince you that it is okay to use this drug. Sugar is a drug, man. Like cocaine. Actually, it's worse than cocaine. It is more addictive. Mr. Health Minister guy, what's his new guy name? I don't remember his name. It's more addictive than cocaine. But Sila. Yeah. A lot of fake ginger out there, so be very, very careful. I used to say a lot of fake ginger out there. Yep, it's more addictive than cocaine, is a fact. But see, this is how you know that they don't really care about your health. They said that they raise the prices because, it helped deter you from drinking it. No, education deters you from drinking it, not the prices. Education, educating the people. What I don't understand is that, and maybe somebody can help me understand this here. They say that because of the war in Ukraine, oil prices going up, which means it's more difficult to ship stuff in because everything is going to cost more because the fuel prices went up. What I don't understand is if the stuff that's coming in or the stuff that's now coming is going to cost more because of fuel prices going up, how come the things that's already on the shelf that been here, how comes they went up? I can't figure that one out. If the stuff that's coming is going to cost more because, the fuel prices went up, how come the stuff that's already on the shelves, how come their prices went up? I figured they would still be the same until the new stuff arrive. I don't know. I'm not an economist. I would have to ask Sinclair that question, or one of them other people who profess to know economics or numbers. I don't know. I can't figure that one out either. Brother says, stop using sugar for a couple of days and the withdrawal symptoms gonna hit you like, whoa. Yeah, I don't doubt that at all. Sister said, that's right knowledge. Barbara's having shipped over $40,000 worth of food items and produce to Ghana. We just send food to Ghana. What could we probably, I don't know. You got to send me the link on that one, family. Alex posted the link right here. Too much sugar. Yeah, I like it. Isis, send me that link, Isis, for that information. The king has one move less. One move left. It's not checkmate, family. It's not checkmate. Let us not accept that. Let us not accept that we don't have any more hope and that all hope is gone. Take this time to really get into yourself. Take this time to reconnect. And there's a full moon tomorrow, the 16th, on day 2. They said the full moon brings new beginnings. I challenge you, family, to put aside and leave in the tomb all those negative vibes, all that negative energy that's causing us to become sick as a people, all those negative behaviors and patterns. And I challenge you that on the rising of the full moon, on the following day, that you resurrect a new being, a brand new you, with the intentions deliberately focusing on who you plan to manifest yourself to be, manifesting your own divine destiny. Manifest it by speaking it into being. Speak those things that aren't as though they are, and speak it into being. That's the liberty we're dealing with. Yes, we could come on here and burn fire. I could burn fire upon a religion and burn fire upon 3 days from Friday to Saturday to Sunday, which the church of the priest clearly can't add, because you can't get 3 days and 3 nights from Friday to Sunday. We could do all of that. It's impossible. Or we can focus on the moment and the amount of energy being generated and channel it in a direction that is more conducive towards the resurrection, not of one man and a story that we are told in the book, but let us recognize the message that one man told us in the book and resurrect the whole nation of people. I like that. I like that. I like that. Throughout history, Sister said, throughout history, evidence has shown that those who have fought for human rights of the poor and downtrodden have been handed the death penalty. Also, the Bible states that Stephen was stoned to death, and Peter was crucified upside down. Well, sis, you know what? That should tell us something as a people. I mean, we could go through the name from Africa, all the leaders who have been handled that same death penalty up to now. Christ is no different. These are our Christ. These are the ones that have sacrificed themselves for the love of the people. These are the ones that lay their life down and pick it back up. All warriors never die, family. They never die. All warriors never die. They live on and on and on throughout the portals of history. Years later, millennia later, they're talked about. Their energy still dwelled among the people. You can't get rid of energy. It is all energy. There's no death. All energy. All energy. And that's what we got to come to the realization. Because like the Hebrew boys, man, Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, nah, we not compromising for the sake of getting along. We ain't getting along to get by. We gonna speak truth to power, because there's no power in any people who have to oppress another people and subdue another people and force them to be a certain way. That's not power. Power is not afraid of losing power. Power is not afraid of losing power. Power is shared, collective. That's real power. So we give thanks, though, family, for all those who came before. Export Barbados, money laundering. Oh, man. Sugar is kryptonite. It might very well be. People are high off of crystals. And the funny thing is, when I was growing up, right, my granny used to have sugar, you know, and this sugar should look different. The sugar nowadays I see look different. It looked different. It just looked different. I don't know. Brown sugar, light sugar, white sugar. It might not even be sugar. I don't have a clue. I just know it looks different. Let me see if I could catch on to this thing here. Let me try a thing. I ain't even.
The world chess champion.
Let me see. This camera is out, boy. You gotta be careful these days wherever you go. They say, all right, I see it. I got it. See if I could put that right there and see what happened. Yeah, family. I don't even, what time is it? A day of reflection, you know. The king has one move left. One move. Yes, this is, yeah, I got it finally. Wow. What is that? Simone, too sweet. Sugar. Oh, the sugar. Yeah, the sugar smell funny too. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with the sugar. But I myself find myself, like, I used to drink certain drinks and people say, how you drink that day going enough sugar? And I, would check it and see. So I've cut back on drinking certain things myself and trying to consume more water. Not from the pipe though, I can tell you that. But we got to find a balance, family. We got to find a way forward for ourselves and our children and our children's children, because you see what's going on. But because you see what's going on in Ukraine or wherever else in the world, right here in Barbados or in Ghana, the politicians and the prime ministers and the presidents and all the other people who working in cahoots that think they have the people in checkmate, the king has one move left. And I assure you, family, the people are coming together on many different levels on a spiritual tip. And it's building. It's almost like a rumbling under the ground. You can hear it and you feel it. And you know this thing going to explode any minute. And don't matter what they have put on top of the volcano, what they have built on top, what they're trying to put in place, you could feel the rumbling, and you know this thing is about to blow. Understand that man cannot defeat nature. Man and all his wisdom and mechanisms and nuclear powers cannot defeat nature. Get in tune with nature, family. Align yourself with nature. My enemy's enemy is my friend. Right now, whatever they do is against nature. Everything they promote is against nature. Nature. Everything. Yeah, he said it. Especially that thing. Against the laws of nature. Try to justify death when nature is life. Excuse me. The manifesting process are based on fast money, not healthy production. Manufacturing, I mean, healthy production. Look, there's a movie called Food Inc. I think I mentioned the other night. Go on YouTube and probably see if you can find that. I don't know. Go look up Food Inc. It's called Food Inc. It's a documentary. Smells like money to me. Go look it up. As a matter of fact, you know what? Maybe I could find that real quick. Let me see if I find that. Let me see if I can find that. Food Inc. The documentary called Food Inc. Oh, they do have the whole documentary on YouTube. Okay. I didn't think it was going to be on YouTube, not the whole thing, but it's actually on YouTube. I'll post the link. Yeah, I'll post the link. Yeah, I'll post this link. This is worth watching. This right here, family, is one of those things that you got to definitely see. You definitely got to see this. Food Inc. I'm going to post this link. Give me a second and put it up. Take this weekend, I tell you, family, take this time right now to get in tune. Take this time to get in tune. I'm going to put that. Let me post that. Okay. Alex, I see you. There you go. Alex ain't playing. I like it. Go check that out, family. I'm not going to play it because they say I violated infringement rights and blah, 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 blah. Y'all got to check this out. Take these 3 days and they give you a Monday holiday and all the other stuff. Take this time to get in tune and recognize that we retard our own progress based on a lot of what we do, our habits, our thinking, what we eat, what we watch, the things we engage in, the energy we surround ourselves with. Take this time to crucify that part of you that must die in order for the other part of you to resurrect that must live. Take the time to do so, family. Become aware. Only informed people can make informed decisions. The president of Rwanda has arrived in Barbados. I was not even aware of that one. Thanks, Isis. Maybe I'll run into him. That should be fun. Yeah, but check this one out, man. Check that link out and see what that's about, family. Just take the time to get into it. And make sure you share that link with some friends as well. Food Inc. I think Alex posted another one up as well. It's in the comments. You can check it out when you get a chance. This is not a conspiracy, family. This is not a conspiracy like you know it. This is a well thought out Diabolical plan, man. Talk mass production. Art in motion. Talk about mass production. We ain't got a clue. Barbados got a couple 100,000 people, so we already got a clue. But imagine a country with 300 million people, and you got to feed 300 million people. The amount of food you got to produce, but then again, the amount of food you have to waste, the amount of resources you got to utilize in that production, and what is left back. So yeah, man. It's called business. Food Inc. Yeah, y'all check that out, family. Make sure you check that out, man. Check that out when you get a chance. Check that out. Full documentary. It's worth watching, man. Take this time in the next few days to reevaluate yourself, reevaluate where you at. The Great Reset. We talked the reset. Take that time for that purpose. And make sure that on the new moon, the 16th, tomorrow, 6 and 1 is 7, divine number, that you, the new you, resurrect. And by the renewing of your mind, the thinking, things you do going forward. Check that, man. Just check that. Check that. Because all our issues can be solved real simple. We keep turning to the system to do it. The system isn't going to solve it. Mia is not going to fix any of our problems. She has to follow the orders that she has assigned herself to follow. The BLP, DLP, all them. It's not even a political thing right now. It's a spiritual thing right now, family. Get in tune with you. Focus on what you got to do. Forget all the news. Turn off the news for a minute. Forget all the little distractions. Yes, ISIS, focus on you for a minute. Focus on ISIS for a bit. Alex, focus on Alex for a bit. Just take a knee. Take a knee. And rise above all this madness, man. Even warriors rest to sharpen their tools. Just saying. The king has one move left. King has one more move. Don't get tired with it. And that move will bring the victory. You see? Guarantee. So you can do the research on it and recognize that it is not the final. It's not the end. They think they have won, and they're at their pre-celebration. They're at the point where they feel they've got it all figured out and got it all covered and they got it mastered. And yeah. Nah. No, they don't. No, they don't. I haven't listened to the news or a conference in about 2+ years. You and me both, Natasha. I ain't got a clue. You heard me a speech tonight. Who? Where? Not a clue. That's sorcery in the mind programming. What I did hear, however, was the recent voice note by this guy about some new variant they found, and it was timely. And I can hear within the note itself the spells they cast, and people went back into a state of panic when they heard that, I am sure. And I was trying to tell people, man, don't share that stuff, man. Stop sharing that stuff. Stop sharing it. Stop giving it any energy. Stop it. Stop it. There's some things you ought not to share. That's one of them. People who are interested in that kind of stuff, let them go find it. Seek and ye shall find. You ain't got to keep yourself so in tune that you know what they're doing. You know what they're doing, their ultimate goal. But there's some folks who not there yet, man, and they hear that, they go into panic. They go into a state of panic. You're not even helping them. You actually hurting them, believe it or not. Real thing, man. Respect to you too, Alan. Good night, family. Yes, family. The sugar being sold now is from 2018, 2019. Nothing significant was produced in 2021, and nothing will change in 2022. Barbados sugar that is produced here doesn't actually sell here. Not much of it anyhow. I think most of it goes to make rum and then gets exported. I think that's why Barbados usually have to then turn around and import sugar. Believe it or not. And it's funny because I can't even say it funny, man. Like I can't even say it funny, man. Like I said, man, sugar's a drug, man. They growing sugar cane in Barbados. It's a drug. These people are drug dealers, man. They pushing sugar as a product. You understand me? Like how you growing marijuana, they pushing sugar as a product. That's why when they thought you stealing the sugar cane, and that's funny when I saw that my brother thought the people stealing the sugar cane and selling sugar cane along the road and stuff. I mean, I personally don't think that anybody should go in anybody's place and steal anything, whether it's sugar from the white man or not. I don't want to promote that kind of energy. What I would tell you is this though, that the system, Mr. James Paul, and these other people who've been sitting in these positions like forever, who really, far as they're concerned, really, I don't even know any of them. What they should do is find more opportunities for the youth to make $1. Nobody ain't selling sugar cane because they want to sell sugar cane along the highway and the traffic meandering between just trying to make a couple dollars. Think people like that? Why don't you go and do that for a day or two, Mr. Paul? People trying to live, man. Trying to live. Take care of responsibilities. And if that's how they go about it, then create other opportunities for them to earn the money. You know what I mean? How about that? I didn't even see where it went. Anyhow, I'll get it later. We gonna get it together, family. Like I said, man. We gonna get it together, man. Take these 3 days and 3 nights according to this story. The crucifixion on Golgotha, to go into yourself, go into your tomb, into your consciousness, where it's pitch black, perfect black. You know, search for yourself, your divine higher self, that light that comes out the darkness in your tomb, your consciousness. The full moon is tomorrow. The light, the full light, receive that. And Sunday, on the Sunday, the day of the sun, make sure that you resurrect with your corona, your crown, and your glory. Because in our culture, the snake represents wisdom. Go figure. Never let your enemy tell you who the enemy is here. Sila. That's all I'm going to say on that note. I love it. I love it. Greater is in you than is in the world. Yeah. We going to unplug from politics, ministers, COVID for the next 3 days. Well, during the season, this particular Friday to Sunday. This is the day before the full moon. Tomorrow is the full moon. Sunday is Resurrection Sunday. Make sure, family, we going on a sabbatical here. ISIS sabbatical. Unplug. We ain't even discussing the ministry, the ministers, the politics, nothing of the such. We unplugging. And we going on a different realm, man, a different frequency. We going to the upstairs family, man. Having a council with the higher power. We going in and we resurrecting family on a different plane. So much so they said that when he was walking, they didn't even recognize him. He was just a radiant light. Divine light You even look different. Make sure Sunday morning, your resurrection spiritually, family, that you even look different. Look in the mirror and tell yourself, man, woman, yeah. Lift that weight off your shoulder, all that negative weight, all that energy be carrying, all the anger and rage and frustration and hostility and all be accumulate. Let it go, family. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go, family. Real thing. Let it go. Take a little time to get to know yourself, connect with yourself, and go on a different plane, family. Greater is in you than you in this world, man. There's a divine presence that dwells in you, and that's what they don't want you to know. And there's nothing that can separate you from your divinity but you. Nothing. No particle, no gene therapy, whatever they talking about, whatever it is, can't separate you. Know yourself, family. The amount of power that you possess, the amount of power you possess to speak and things happen. Speak and things happen. You could uncreate things, man. Or you can create things and speak it into being and cause it to be different. Don't let them fool you, family. Don't let them fool you. Best time in the cosmos to plant your ideas, programs, project, organization, oneness. Ayurveda is that. Ayurveda is that. Let them spring forward in the natural, mystic, Aquarius time. You see what I'm talking about? That's what I'm talking about. Nothing. Never let your enemy tell you who the enemy is. Know yourself, family. Islam, yeah? I used to have law and the master, man. Shalom. Shout out to the Hebrews for real. Israelites for real. Islam, man. That's what's going on. You know. Rastafari done said this long time. Long time. Long time. The sister said the poem Awakening Dimensions speak of this. Shout out to Trisha, by the way, and her family. And matter of fact, family, I need y'all to send kinetic energy towards this sister and her family. You know, they're dealing with some personal matters with their mom, and I want the family to send nothing but positive kinetic energy towards this sister right here, for real. Like nothing but healing power in the physical and in the spirit as well, you know. And that's what we're here to deal with. You know, people are struggling and suffering around you, all around you. Your job, your mission is to change that suffering. That's it. Change everything around you. Raise the frequency. Change it. And that's it. Nothing else they could do to stop you. Be all the way up. Yeah. For real. Real thing, family. Yeah, man. Peace and love and healing power is for real. For real. You know, you're going to be all right, family. You know, you're already all right. Like I said, put that weight down tonight. Today is Friday. They said they rest him in the tomb. They rest that weight. Rest all your fears, all your worries in the tomb. Rest everything in that tomb. Leave everything in that tomb. Embrace the light that you are and resurrect Sunday morning in your glory. In your glory. You know, as the bright and morning star. Yo, unplugged time that we're talking about, ISIS, that we're talking about. Separate from this system, this matrix. Many tricks, man. Separate from this matrix. This many tricks, man. The dimension here. Separate from it. Know that we have made it already, Art. Know that we made it already, Art. We made it already. We already there. We just haven't caught up to it. That's what I'm saying. Speak it into your being. Speak it into your being. Then walk into it. It's like you throw yourself a pass and you ran and caught it. You know what I mean? Real thing, family. Indeed. Give thanks. Tomorrow will be a new day, a new light. Nurture yourself, man. Nurture yourself. Nurture. Nurturing. It's nurturing. It's nurturing. That's what we're dealing with, family. Anyhow, I didn't even realize that time going so quick, man. Like, different vibes totally, man. Totally. I didn't even realize it's already after 9. That's what's happened. The king has one more move here. Make that move count, family. Make it count. Make it count. Man, look. Like I said, though, family, let me just conclude real quick. A lot of people ain't gonna get what I'm saying. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. I don't know. Like I said, family, before there was a COVID, we as a people been oppressed and going through so much for so long. COVID coming, everybody, everything is COVID. COVID end tomorrow, we right back where we started. Let us not forget, family, what we really fighting for. Let's not lose sight of what this real battle is about. You know what I mean? Wash away all your fears. Yes, cleanse the old you and project the awakened being, the light being, for sure. Give thanks, Alan. Folks, y'all got a lot of homework tonight. Angela, you, Miss Cox, I'm telling you, man, so much anger in the world is like, you're right, though. You're right. If you're living in that time, though, that's why I say we're living in that time, man. People angry, but don't become bitter, family. Take this time to become better. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I wanted to play a particular song, and yeah, I might do it instead. I might do this instead, man. I might do this one instead. I might do this one instead. I think I'll do this one instead. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do this one instead, man. Yeah, I gonna pull this one. I gonna risk at it. They might, I know they gonna tell me I gonna risk at it only because the sister right here got over 400 million views on YouTube alone. I mean, energy, family, is always when we do certain things. We don't realize our own power. And the reason we don't realize our power because we don't know who we are. Take this time, family, to crucify the old you. Leave all that baggage in the tomb. And let the full moon, the circle full moon, represent the stone and the tomb on the 16th, which is tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, recognize that the full moon is the stone that will be rolled away come Sunday morning. So when the full moon gets rolled away Sunday morning, make sure you come out that tomb in your glory. In your glory. In your glory. Can't get it no better than that, family. I mean, divine order run things, man. Leave everything in that tomb. Embrace the light of the full moon. New beginnings tomorrow night, 16th, 7, 6 and 1 is 7. And it's happening in the month of April, which this is the month of spring. This is the month where things begin, the newness. You can't got the new year in the winter. Nothing don't grow in the winter. This is where everything now come forward, fresh, anew. Make sure you come forward a new being. a new being. Those who have ears, those who have eyes. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna say no more. I've said enough. Kinetic energy for Trisha. Yeah, for sure, family. I see you. Give thanks, Isis. Love child, man. You know what I'm saying? Amazing sister, right? Keep doing the works, family. Keep doing the works, man. Shift that frequency. Leave all our baggage. Sometimes, we be so passionate about something, it consumes us. So passionate, not recognizing that we're not influencing them before energy. Their wrongdoings are influencing us with theirs. Put that baggage down the tomb. Embrace the full moon. Let that wheel, that stone that was rolled away, be that full moon. Come Saturday night, Sunday morning, when the full moon goes down, resurrect out that tomb in all your glory, family. You know what I mean? Jerusalem. Look that word up, family, and see what it means. Look that word up, family, and see what it means, man. See what it means, family. Look it up. I'm just gonna sit this right here, man.
Jerusalem, ikayalami, ilondoloze.
Just gonna sit this right here, family.
Uhambe nami, zungangishilana. Jerusalem.
We don't own no rights, but we got the right to play it, man.
Ilondoloze, uhambe nami, zungangishilana. Dawo yami ayikholana, buso wami awukholana. Ilondoloze.
It's energy, family. It's energy.
Dawo yami ayikholana, buso wami awukholana. Ilondoloze.
It's all energy, family. We all got to make some decisions, family. In the valley of decisions, it's decision time, family. Let the old you go. Let the old you go. Put all that baggage down. Pull all the baggage down. Look into the food you consume. Recognize if it's building you or sinking you. Company you keep. Are they uplifting you or burying you? That job you hold on to so long, man. Like, for real. New beginnings, family. New beginnings. For the sake of the children, family, get it together, get it right. It's a new day. It's a whole new day. Rastaman and easy at all, Lord. Going to Jerusalem.
Jerusalem, ikayalami, ilondoloze, uhambe nami, zungangishilana. Jerusalem, ikayalami, ilondoloze, uhambe nami, zungangishilana.
I know. If you can hear me and you can't comment, you know what happened, man. YouTube's still up and running, though. Yeah. I know Facebook gonna do that. That's all right, Zuckerberg. All right, Mark Zucker. That's all right. I be knowing, man. I be knowing Facebook. Zuckerberg. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. They're going to say that I infringe. They're going to say that I infringe. How can I infringe on what's ours? It's funny. Anyhow, family, it's all good. Facebook right now to switch. If that's the case, they already know. But it's all good, man. I got a notice earlier telling me that they had put a link on the page for the previous post to give credit to who credit's supposed to go to. I'm like, no issue with none of that. We just pass it through here, man. We don't own Facebook. We don't own YouTube. We just utilize the service. But the reality is we have to because we don't have our own. For now. Anyhow, family, you know how we do. We give thanks. We give thanks. We give thanks. Take this time to crucify the old and resurrect the new. Haile Selassie I, Empress Rosetta Menen, on perfect balance. They'll try and make sure you know what you're doing. Take time to get to know yourself, man. That's it. Bottom line. So, having said that, you know how we do. We get my special one tonight. Do a different something. Switched up the game. Something a little different. How that sound? Yeah. Let's go with this one. Go with this one. I'm trying it out. We out, family. See y'all on the other side. Couple of days actually. This is Monday.